Hey internet, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a planner review video for you. I have been on a very big planner purchasing spree. I think I've mostly just been in a bit of a planner rut for the last few years, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to buy a ton of different planners, experiment with them, and see if there's anything new I would like to bring into my whole planner ensemble. I'm not really sure I will, because having played with quite a few now, I'm pretty happy with where I am, and I'm actually trying to simplify it further down. I don't want to have so many planners on the go, but I thought this would also be a really good excuse to try each of the planners. I'm going to try filling out some of them. Some of them I may not, because I may end up giving them away. I just don't want to have so many planners, but this one I did fill out a little bit just to see how it would be, and I can give my thoughts. This particular planner is, I believe, like a neurodivergent planner. Okay, so I should get into the brand first, because the brand actually is not mentioned anywhere on the planner at all. Like, so I don't even know if the brand maybe is like a third-party seller or something of this particular planner, but scrolling on Instagram, you always get ads. I always get lots of planner recommendations, and I saw this brand called Creative Friends Stationery, something like that, and they have a bunch of different very unique types of planners, like gardening planners, cooking planners, yeah, your traditional like normal time planner, but they had like sort of 10 different types of planners, and this one was designed for people who maybe have ADHD or neurodivergent. I'm not very well versed in that world, but I just found it so intriguing that they would have something specifically for people with ADHD, like a planner for ADHD. So I thought, you know what, I want to give it a shot. I just want to see what it's like. I can tell you, this planner is definitely not for me. I love consistency. I love having things always the same. So this was a bit much. It changed too much for me, but I thought I would share it anyways and see what you guys think. So the way it comes is that you get like one booklet is 1 month. So if you want to do a whole year, you buy all 12 and they're all different colors. The whole idea, I think, and I am, again, just to preface, because I know this is kind of a sensitive topic, I am not an expert in anything in the neurodivergent world or community. This is me just as a planner addict who thought this was kind of interesting, so I apologize ahead of time if I refer to anything or use incorrect terminology. But I think the idea was to keep the planner series for someone using this type of planner very different. So there's 12 different books and they're all different colors, and you'll find that the daily spread is constantly different. So you're constantly having to find different ways to use the spreads, which some people I guess love, but not for me. So you just note down the year and the month, and then it kind of shows you the contents of the planner here as well. So I haven't filled this part out. You will notice that I don't think it's stapled, I think it's threaded, but the first thing I don't love about it is that it doesn't lay flat at all. I'm like become addicted to planners that lay flat, so this is something that I already knew that I wasn't totally a fan of. Oh, here you go, you can see here. ADHD Daily Productivity Planner, Creator's Friend Stationery. So there's the brand. And here is the start of the week spread that I tried filling out. So you have your week priorities. You can circle which days this week is covering, some habits that you want to track, any scheduled activities here. Then you can do your whole meal plan, and then a grocery list. I really kind of like this page. Like, I think this is why I'm probably never going to get planner piece, because there are elements from every planner that I really like, but there's no planner that has everything in it. So for example, I love the Hobonichi series. That's kind of like my bread and butter. But you really got to make all these sections up. Like, it doesn't really come with any of these. And also, if you want to do it, say if you want to do it weekly in the large cousin, Hobonichi cousin, it's a little more challenging. So anyways, I'm rambling. And you can see that this planner will have, I think, 5 weeks, because that's like the most number of weeks you can have in a month. So yep, you just set up each week, and then you flip over, I think that's 6, 1, 2, yeah, anyways. Then you flip over to the daily views, and you can see now, because we're already getting further into the planner, this is starting to like bulk up a little bit here, which is like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it's just something I really don't love. So here's an example of 2 spreads. I think there's 8 different daily spreads altogether. I wonder if I can zoom in any further. Probably not without cutting off the pages. So this first page, you have a timeline here, and then I decided to use this section for just a little to-do list for the day. You select which day it is. I'm not quite sure how this habit tracker works here. I don't know whether it maybe links back to the weekly spread, but I don't know. I ignored this because I actually have no idea how this particular one works. And then mental inventory. So here is stuff you're working on, things you should be working on, and then things you want to be working on. So that's one version, but you can see that in the next daily spread, it's very different. It doesn't really carry on any of the elements from the previous one. So here, instead of like a timeline, you've got a morning, so it's this circular thing here, your morning section, your midday section, your afternoon section, and your evening section, and then you just put stuff that you're going to be doing in those time blocks rather. I put the time in, but you don't have to. And then today's priorities. So I just kind of treated this as a to-do list. But the mental inventory section is missing from here. So I think the idea is to keep it interesting. Every single day is something new, interesting, and I can see how some people would find this appealing. But personally for me, this would be really irritating to not have the consistency. So I tried to do a few more, but I think I was just getting a bit overwhelmed with how different everything was. And sometimes I wasn't even quite sure how I was supposed to use the spread. Like, it didn't come clear to me, and I think the idea is that you're supposed to just use it how you want to use it. So here I think you have like categories, and then to-do list was in the categories, and then I love how they say side quests. It's like a little bit of a gamification element, which I appreciate that. And then this spread here, you've got your timeline in the middle, and then you've got two blank gridded sections, dot gridded sections. So here I decided to try using it, kind of mapping a timeline, and then I'd probably use this as a to-do list. That is essentially what I use it for. I don't love that it ends at 10 though. Like, I think they all from 6 to 10, because I know for a lot of people, especially me, you go beyond 10 o'clock. So it does limit. That's why I love the Hobonichi, because it does the whole 24-hour window, so it doesn't discriminate on your time, and you can sleep. And especially because I still have a baby, I'm up in the middle of the night doing stuff. And then these ones I didn't bother to do any of it, so these are very untouched for me. You got your timeline here, which you can map, and then you can do a bunch of activities or to-do lists here. This is another version. You've got your segments of the day and your top priority. You can do more to-do lists. I think this is a little clock. Yeah, it's a little clock, so it might be like the tasks you want to do at what time, and then you can write down any distractions you are having down here. And oh yeah, two more different views. You can see how variant they are. Like, I do appreciate whoever built this. There's like a huge variation on different spreads, like very inspirational for bullet journaling perhaps. But here you have the timeline that trickles through, and you can just put down your activities. And then this last one is today's priorities. Reminder, you have your timeline here, and this is kind of like that mental inventory. Working on, should be working on, want to be working on, keep, move, keep, move, keep, move, which I kind of like that idea because it helps you prioritize the things that you want to be doing. And then distractions listed here. And then I think we're back to the first design. So that is pretty much the entire planner. I think at the back you have a master list, so ideas, task, schedule. Yep, massive master. You can see how you really got to press this down, because otherwise it's just going to close up on you. You really need to break the spine of this. And yep, the end is just a massive master list. So it's a really interesting planner. I don't think I've seen anything like this before. Very unique. If you are very picky on certain things that you would find in traditional planners, like the laying flat, like having I don't know, a certain type of quality paper or anything like that, then yeah, this maybe isn't the planner for you. But if you want to try something new, or you're someone who loves a lot of variation, I can see this planner working out really well. I do think it could get a little expensive though, because you have to keep buying each of the months. But the other benefit is that after using it for a month, if you're not into it, you can finish it up and then just move on to a different planner. I don't know. So anyways, that is everything. Let me know what you guys think. I've got so many more planners to get through, and I'm probably not going to be able to cover them all in 2022 just because of the videos and content that I have planned. So some of these planners are going to bleed into 2023, but either way, I hope you find them useful. So thank you so much for watching. This is Celina reporting from my room. Back to you, internet.